In this video, we are going to learn how to determine whether the situation described is an observational study or an experiment. Here's the bottom line. In an experiment, the researcher decides who gets the treatment. All right, if someone's going to get a certain medication and another group is not going to get a certain medication, if the researcher decides who gets what, it's an experiment. On the other hand, if the researcher does not decide, or if some other force decides who gets the treatment, then it's an observational study. So it's all about who decides who's in what group. If the researcher decides, it's an experiment. If the researcher does not decide who's in what group, it's an observational study. Okay, so look at these examples. We're going to tell whether or not the situation represents an observational study or an experiment. As I read this, listen for who decides who is in what group. A company wants to study the effect taking a vacation during different times of the year has on a worker's job performance upon returning. Each individual in the study takes a 1-week vacation, and upon returning, his or her job performance is monitored for 1 month. Now, here come the two groups. One group consists of workers who choose to take a 1-week vacation during the summer. The other group consists of workers who choose to take a 1-week vacation during the winter. So, is this an observational study or an experiment? You answer first. Okay, as you're answering, you should be asking yourself, who decides? Who decides who takes a vacation in the summer? And what do they say, winter? Is that one of the choices? Yeah, summer or winter. Who decides? Does the researcher decide who's in which group? No, the researcher does not decide. It says one group consists of workers who choose to take a 1-week vacation. So the workers themselves decide whether they want to take a vacation in the summer or the winter, not the researcher. So this would be an observational study, because that's what you have when the researcher does not decide who gets the treatment, okay, or who's in which group. So this is an observational study because the researcher does not decide which workers take a vacation in the summer and which workers take a vacation in the winter. All right, let's look at the next example. So you want to determine whether a name brand laundry detergent works better at cleaning clothes than a generic brand like Kroger brand. Each individual in your study is given laundry detergent to clean clothes. Then you ask the individuals to complete a survey about how well the detergent cleaned the clothes. One group consists of individuals who use a generic brand of laundry detergent. The other group consists of individuals who use a name brand laundry detergent. So the key is who decides whether an individual is using the name brand laundry detergent or whether they are in the group that's using generic laundry detergent. Who decides who's in what group? Seems to me that the key phrase is right here. Each individual in your study is given laundry detergent. I'm skipping that so I can use a different color. Given. They're given the laundry detergent. That means that the researcher is deciding who's getting which kind. All right? They didn't choose their own laundry detergent and the researcher just came along and gave them a survey. Oh no. They were given the laundry detergent by the researchers. So that makes this an experiment. So there you go. You might write it up like that. This is an experiment because the researcher decides which people get the generic laundry detergent and which people get the name brand laundry detergent. Let us look at one final example. Alright, a scientist wants to study the effect of sunlight on the growth of a plant. The scientist measures the height of each plant in the study after 1 week. One group consists of plants that are subjected to 24 hours of darkness. The other group consists of plants that are subjected to 12 hours of sunlight and 12 hours of darkness. Is this an experiment or an observational study? Well, it's all about, does the scientist control which plants get the 24 hours of darkness and which plants get the 12 on, 12 off, light, dark? All right? Who decides? Are they just looking at plants that happen to be growing under these different conditions, or are they controlling it? And again, it's all about the vocabulary, I guess. To me, this word right here, the plants are subjected to. All right? When you subject something to something, you're doing it on purpose. All right? The plants are subjected to 24 hours of darkness. The other plants are subjected to 12 hours of sunlight, 12 hours of darkness. If they're being subjected, then that means that the scientists are deciding who's getting the 24 hours of darkness. So this is definitely an experiment for that reason. So you might write it up like that. This is an experiment because the scientist decides which plants get the 24 hours of darkness and which plants get the 12 hours of sunlight and 12 hours of darkness. Here endeth the lesson.